What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Young HVAC. I'm looking a lot cooler nowadays, growing out my hair, hanging out in my new car, and I don't wear glasses anymore, but I'll save that for a later story. But yeah, so I seen this video on YouTube. Shout out hvac-r vlogger. He had made a video titled HVAC industry in 10 years, and he had a couple valid points, and I just wanted to make this video because, you know, I'm an advocate for the trades, and I just wanted to add on a little bit because as YouTubers, we don't recognize that we actually have a lot of influence on guys who may be interested in these trades. So we got to watch what we say and definitely explain and go into a little bit more details when we talk about certain things, because the last thing we want to do is for you to watch this video and be discouraged and decide that, you know, you don't want to look into HVAC, or that you don't want to become a technician because of a video that you've seen on YouTube. Once again, this is not a video to discredit anything he said. He had some pretty valid points. So I just thought that I'd chime in a little bit on the topic and add a little bit, spice it up a little bit, and let you guys know how your boy Young HVAC feels about the HVAC industry in 10 years. Okay, I just got my hair cut, so this is after the video, but I'm putting this before the video, but it's after the video or whatever. But before you watch this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also in the comments, I just want you guys to, you know, have an open discussion about what you guys think about everything I just said, and or any predictions you have for the HVAC industry in the next 10 years. So 2 points that he made that I definitely have to agree on, and those 2 points are: one, there is going to be a shortage of technicians in the next 6 to 20 years, maybe even 25 years. And that is very true. There are less and less people showing interest in trades. And with the previous generations before us growing old and retiring, we have to hold the torch and carry this next generation to keep this thing going. Don't get me wrong, HVAC will never die. From now until the end of time, there's always going to be a building that's going to have air conditioning. Pretty much everywhere you go nowadays, we have the luxury of air conditioning, and things break and they're going to need us. So we will always be in demand. So the next point that he made that I would have to kind of agree with also, matter of fact, I 100% agree, I'm not going to act like I don't agree, is that being on call sucks. Of course it sucks being home on the weekends, or after you've clocked out, you went home, you're winding down, and then you get a call saying, hey, somebody needs you at their house right now. Get ready, head out to the job, and do what you're supposed to do. But I mean, we can go all the way back to 1942 or however far back it goes. This whole blue collar thing has always been that way, and it will always be that way. That is the one point that I have to disagree on. So being on call has been a thing that has been a part of this trade since the beginning of time. A lot of times we forget that we're low-key superheroes. And just imagine if Batman took the weekend off, or if Batman went to sleep and someone threw up that bat signal and he wasn't there to answer. You never know what's gonna happen, and that's what we do in this trade. We're literally superheroes. Someone's AC unit breaks at night, it's 100 degrees outside, there's babies in the house, there's animals in the house. Sometimes you just gotta suck it up, go out there, get it done, and then go back and do whatever you were doing. I know that some of you may be thinking like, well, why don't companies just hire someone who works overnight? Well, from a company standpoint or a business standpoint, why would I hire a guy to do an 8-hour shift overnight where there's a possibility that there will be no jobs for him to do, and now I'm just paying this guy a full 8 hours worth of work, and he did absolutely nothing. When I could just call up one of my technicians and say, hey, look, I need you to go out to this call, knock it out real quick, get it done. I'm going to pay you already, and then, just go back to doing whatever you were doing. So dating back to, I think, somewhere around the 1940s, I'm not too sure, but, that's when the term blue collar came around. There were blue collar workers, because at that point in time, most skilled laborers wore blue uniforms. And then you had, the white collar guys, so those were the guys that were in the offices, and those were the guys, they clock in and they clock out. But us blue collar workers, we worked as long as we had to until we needed to. And I just wanted to let you guys know that that's where that comes from. And deep down inside, the moment you signed up to become an HVAC technician, that blue collar just kind of imaginarily grown out of your imaginary shirt. One thing that he predicted is that companies are going to start posting on their job listings that there is no on-call. And I believe that will never happen for the reasons why I pretty much just explained. As far as the shortage of technicians goes, this is a good thing for those of you who are looking into getting into the field. What this means is that, and I'm going to write this on the screen, a shortage of workers equals a higher demand of workers, which now entitles a higher pay for those workers or workers getting into that trade, which then equals to more people being interested in that trade. So a higher interest, which then will birth a new generation in the trade. So once again, what I'm saying is a shortage of workers equals a higher demand of workers, which equals higher pay for those workers, which equals a higher interest now to be one of those workers, which will equate, or which will now equal, a new generation of those workers. With that being said, anyone watching this video, do not be worried. You will never be replaced. You will always have a job. And in the future, I predict that the wages will go up because they're going to need you more than you need them. And that's very important. Another thing that's not even a prediction, but it's, it's just bound to happen, As technology advances, a lot of trades or a lot of things have been, or they're starting to, or they will be replaced with automation. What I mean is that there will be robots doing a lot of these jobs in the future. We can take a look at welding and car factories and manufacturers. There used to be people on those assembly lines, but now if you watch the videos, there are those robots and they just weld everything together. So welding in that sense is one of those trades that has been replaced with robots or automation. With that being said, you guys do not have to worry about a robot climbing into an attic and fixing anything, or going outside to a condenser and diagnosing it. With that being said, this trade is one that is very secure, and if you stick with it, it will pay you off in the long run. We're already starting to see so many different technology and new tools that are making our job that much easier. Just think, those guys from 50 years ago, they weren't hooking up digital gauges. They weren't hooking up their psychrometers to the return vent, or doing all of the other things that we now have the luxury of doing. And nowadays, technology is actually working in our favor. We have tools that are making our jobs so much easier nowadays. So just imagine, in the future when there's that shortage, if you're up to date with all the new technology, now you're making more and you're doing less because technology is on your side. So if you're thinking about getting into this trade and you're gonna stick it out in the future, listen, it's gonna be a great future for us. It's gonna be a bright future. And one reason why I'm now working at the trade school is because I'm working to be a part of the solution of that shortage. You know, if there are more technicians going to school or even being informed about school, then maybe that shortage will be that much less, one technician at a time. So I know a lot of you guys miss my videos of me being out in the field, but I gotta do what I gotta do in order to keep moving forward and keep this thing rolling. But yeah, guys, that was my take on the industry in 10 years. If you're already in the field, it's just gonna get easier for you. If you're looking to get into the field, they're gonna have to start paying us more. That's the only thing that I have to say about that. They're gonna have to start paying us more. Technology is making our jobs easier, and they're still gonna have to pay us more. I'm just chilling in my new car that I bought. It's a little dusty on the outside right now, but later on I'm gonna do an HVAC appreciation video so you guys can see what this trade has gotten me over just 1 year of being into it. I'll give you guys a little hint. My glasses, no longer. Your boy has 20/20 vision, and I'm currently in a pretty nice car if you ask me. But it's your boy Young HVAC, and today is gonna be a great day for you. It's been a great day for me. I'm gonna see you guys later.